Just a city boy, dressed in such a Troy. Took the midnight train going anywhere. Singer and the smoky room, smell the wine and cheap perfume. For a smile they can share the night. It goes on and on and on and on.
Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Shine, shine, shine your light. Da 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 da.
Working hard to get my fill. Everybody wants a thrill. Paying anything to roll the dice. Just one more time. Some going to sing the blues. All the movie night. It goes on and on and on and on.
Strangers waiting up and down the boulevard, their shadows searching in the night. Streetlights, people living just to find emotion, hiding somewhere in the night. Shine, shine, shine your light. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlights, people. Don't stop believing. Hold on to that feeling. Streetlights, people. Don't stop.
March. Guard. Halt. Left. Face. Post. Right. Face. Cover. Cover guard. Forward. March.
Good evening and welcome to the 65th Annual Commencement for the Class of 2020 of Owen J. Roberts High School. It is my great honor to introduce our valedictorian Ariana Arditi.
Good evening, Owen J. Roberts, administrators, faculty, staff, friends, family, and most importantly, my fellow class of 2020. While we cannot all be here physically right now, we are together in spirit, joined by the commonalities of our past 12 years together. Though brimming with differences, there are 4 common lessons that we have learned these past 12 years. Through most of our elementary years, we were inundated with new experiences. In 2008, West Vincent Elementary School was finished, when many of us were going from kindergarten to first grade, sending us all to different elementary schools. My first day of first grade, I got off the bus crying because I didn't know anyone in my class. That initial week was when we had to learn how to make friends with our new classmates. This was my first lesson in the coming years as an Owen J. Roberts student. In time, I made friends and had a very enjoyable year. My first enjoyable year of many more to come. From our late elementary years into middle school, we employed our friendship-making skills again, but this time we also began to learn about independence for the first time. Not only were we allowed to choose our own electives, but we were able to find ourselves with clubs and sports. We were beginning the journey of becoming our own person. In 7th grade, my friends encouraged me to join band. For once, I stepped out of my comfort zone and made a choice for myself, even to the initial dismay of my parents. This stroke of independence proved to be one of the best choices I have made. Another highlight of all of our newfound independence was the legendary middle school dance. With none of our parents around, we were free to whip and nay-nay to our heart's desire. These special events provided us with opportunities and experiences of our own. Spending the evening with our friends, or even a date, was at that moment the pinnacle of independence. In high school, we used our friendships and independence to learn how to manage work and fun. High school brought considerable work, but also a lot of joy. We were told by every class before us that high school goes fast, so make sure to enjoy it. But often it was difficult to take these words to heart. We all remember some dreaded Friday when all of our teachers scheduled tests and essays for every period of the day. Through the anticipation of an impending football game, we conquered every task thrown at us. That night, we got to revel in the thrill of sitting under the stadium lights in the crisp fall air, cheering from the cat pack, playing with band, competing on the field, or looping the perimeter of the track. The excitement of an Owen J. Roberts football game and the smell of Dallas fries was palpable. The hard work of the day was well worth it for the camaraderie of whatever our Friday nights held for us. We learned to embrace the balance of working hard and enjoying high school. This year, our senior year, our last year as Owen J. Roberts students, we dreamt of the grandeur and celebration surrounding our 12 years of growth and accomplishment. But that wasn't quite the case this year. This year, we were forced to learn that we are not what the world throws at us. We are learning even right now how to truly be resilient. This is not the grand ceremony in Wildcat Stadium that we had seen given to all of the classes before us, but that does not diminish our accomplishments. We are using all of the lessons we have been taught these past 12 years and bringing them together. When we were little, we always heard the phrase, "You get what you get and you don't get upset." But the class of 2020 is taking a new spin on this. Yes, we get what we get, but we use our dissatisfaction to make a better present for ourselves. We use the friendship skills we gained in elementary to connect with each other in new ways. We use our independence to establish new goals and inspire change for ourselves. And we use our balance of work and fun to endure these difficult times together. Our next years will hold entirely new experiences in college, service, or the workforce. I urge us all to not forget the roots that allowed us to blossom. We move forward from this milestone and will continue to grow and thrive in whatever conditions life presents us. We are confident in our resilience because our roots are founded in 12 years of lessons and strengthened by Wildcat pride. Thank you. I would now like to introduce our next speaker, Mr. Kenneth Nepaver, Owen J. Roberts High School Principal.
It is my distinct pleasure to introduce our first salutatorian, Marlena Langdon.
Hello, everyone. This is not how our senior year was supposed to end. It's so ironic that only 2 months ago, I was itching to get out of high school. But now I'm dying to see everyone's faces, hear the laughs, and ugly cries I tell my classmates and teachers how much they meant to me. I took my high school experience for granted. I pushed myself constantly to the point in which education was no longer fun. I would dread coming to school because it meant mental torment. I had to create perfection to please the ridiculous standards I held. The excitement I had for a couple minutes after being told I was salutatorian quickly faded. I realized that this position is a representation of all my lost time, all the time I wasn't living in the moment, laughing with friends, engaging in class, pursuing hobbies, and enjoying learning. Many of us fall into the trap of achieving a number, a grade, or digits of a GPA. But we put this number before all else and give up so much in return. As we move forward, remember that no number can ever equate to our meaning. Not even words can define who we are at the core. As many of my friends know, I did not expect to be giving this speech. I did not think I would be a salutatorian. We are such a wonderful class in which we have so many smart and talented people that constantly push themselves to be high-achieving and well-rounded. So why do I qualify to give a speech to everyone as though I represent this class? I don't, and quite frankly, no other salutatorian or valedictorian is a representation of this class as a whole. Everyone has such a different schooling experience. So instead of making some cliche speech and giving some initial quote, I thought I would rather speak on behalf of my grade because so many talented and wonderful people deserve to speak at this bittersweet conclusion. The following is a letter drafted from your parting good wishes. Dear students and staff, it's confusing how things are ending this way, but we cannot alter the circumstances. So we come to a time in which we have to say goodbye to the structure and the people we saw every day for 12 years. How can you say goodbye to that familiarity if you never want to leave that comfort? But we all must move on and grow beyond this limited box, as many of us have. Let's be real. 990 hours of school a year is such a long time, and more often than not, it dragged. But quarantine has allowed a lot of us to realize school is actually a blessing, and we're so thankful for all of our friends and faculty for helping us to get where we are today. Although this year was not the goodbye we thought it would be, high school has been a learning experience for self-growth over the 4 years. We must thank the people that guided us throughout our education. To our friends, thank you for carrying us through a lot of our lows and accompanying us through our highs. We cannot wait to take the next steps with you. Thank you, students, for teaching us how beautiful our differences are. Each and every one of you has a unique story that has impacted us in some way. Thank you to our classmates for the hilarious memories and for giving us a reason to look forward to school. You will be missed, but we hope that you will all live out your wildest dreams after high school. To our teachers, thank you for making learning something more than just academics and for making classrooms a safe place to be ourselves. Thank you for your constant support when we felt like there was nowhere else to look. Thank you for directing us to our career trajectories. Our favorite memories weren't about lesson plans, but rather the qualities that made each teacher unique. Thank you, faculty, for working your hardest to keep us happy, healthy, and safe. Your work has not gone unnoticed. Even though we won't see most of each other again, we will never forget the friends and the memories we made at OJR, just as much as we will never get back the hours of sleep we lost throughout high school. But honestly, we wouldn't trade it for anything. If this pandemic has taught us anything, it is to live every day as your last. High school is a collection of chutes and ladders. That's what makes it such a good experience. High school is so small in comparison to our lives. Once we leave the school, we will go back to being nobodies and strangers to this outside world. Be who you want to be and push yourself to achieve the things that you want most. Thank you for being around to witness our glow-ups. Thank you for making us feel alive and giving us memories to last a lifetime. If only we could rewind just a few of them to have a chance to thank each and every one of you for giving us a high school career that was more than just a few scenes from a Disney musical. We are truly grateful to OJR for giving us a platform to grow in our most crucial years. Thank you for giving us our second family. Thank you for anyone who doubted us because we only tried harder, and for teaching us forgiveness because it is so much stronger than anger. The only thing we ask is that you stay groovy, OJR. Hags. Sincerely, the class of 2020.
it is once again my pleasure to introduce our second salutatorian, Ethan Burns.
Hello, OJR. For the last 13 years, we've been racing. We've been so busy, occupied with all that life has thrown at us, and anxious to graduate. Time has flown by, and we haven't looked back, only forward. Senioritis has struck hard as we yearn for next year while only moving forward day by day. But now, with this unprecedented pandemic, we have a quarantine, a pause between our childhood and our adulthood that no other senior class has been forced to endure. In this bridge between chapters of our life, we must remember a few things. First, we must retain our focus. For years now, and especially senior year, we've been laser focused in on graduation. Now that we've reached graduation, we mustn't let our focus slip. Utilize the time we have now, which will be a rare commodity in a few months and years, to focus on the future. Figure out what you want in the future and break it down into steps that will ultimately lead to that goal. If you can plan and preview everything out now, it will be easier in the future because no time will be wasted in uncertainty, and you can hit the ground running when society returns back to its normal pre-coronavirus state, being happier and less stressed. While we remain focused, we must remember to believe in ourselves for the rest of our lives. People, no matter who they are or what the circumstances, will doubt us at all times, but we ourselves ultimately are the only ones that matter. We have the ability to carry ourselves more than anyone else can, yet we have the ability to drag ourselves down more than anyone else can. If everyone, including you, doubts yourselves, and therefore you don't apply for something such as a program or job, you have a 0% chance of obtaining that goal. But if you believe in yourself, take a chance, the worst thing that can happen is that you learn from your mistakes. If you succeed, not only will you have your dream that at one time you thought might not be possible, but you'll have the satisfaction of knowing that everyone that doubted you was wrong and that you were right. Do you think it was seen as a wise decision for Mark Zuckerberg to drop out of college, or was it popular for Lamar Jackson to insist on only playing quarterback heading into the NFL draft? No, but both individuals believed in themselves and took risks where others wouldn't, and now they have the world to show for it. With this time, we must also give thanks to everyone around us. Our caring parents and relatives who have supported us from day one, aiding us every step of the way, whether it be teaching us how to tie our shoes or how to drive a car. Our friends who have been with us all 180 days of 13 years, making every day pleasant so much more than just classes. Our teachers who have inspired us with their knowledge and have worked relentlessly and selflessly in any way that they could to support us, whether it be through vital college essays and recommendations, always being accommodating no matter what the circumstances, and so much more. Our OJR staff members and administrators who have helped foster the wonderful culture that OJR has. And lastly, to all of our frontline workers who have been fighting for us every day during this pandemic, and all of our dedicated public health experts who have been thrown into the spotlight recently after working in the background for years. They know what actions need to be taken, and if we all work together to follow their informed guidance today, no matter how painful and frustrating it may be at times, we can return to normal tomorrow. Thank you, OJR.
It is now my distinct pleasure to introduce our Executive Council President, John Buckwalter.
Students, parents, and faculty of Owen J. Roberts High School. Unfortunately, we are not together on this extraordinary day, but in times like this, it is important to focus on the positives in life and embrace these special days. And that's just what today is, special. Nothing can take that aspect of this day away from us, as this prestigious achievement of graduation has been earned, not given. Just 3 years ago, I watched my brother speak at his graduation. I remember thinking to myself how amazing he must have felt, standing up there, all attention on him, delivering one final message to his classmates as parents and friends watched eagerly from the audience. I knew I wanted to do the same in my graduation, and it pains me that I can't see you all on this momentous day. that I can't look at my friends beside me, beaming with smiles for everything to look forward to in their futures, that I can't make a corny joke and expect the audience to laugh in pity of me, that I don't get the chance to see the faces that make this school so great. We were all robbed of the grand finale of senior year, but today, we focus on the hard work and dedication that each and every one of the graduating students put forth. We earned this, and nothing can take away our accomplishment. Now, let's throw things back to freshman year. Going into high school, I was excited, not just because of how awesome every movie-made high school parties seem, but because I knew it was the next step to growing up. All of us have grown immensely over our 4 years here together. While this part of our lives has concluded, the friendships, memories, and impact of being a Wildcat will live on in the hearts of all of us, continuing to shape each and every one of our futures. I would like to thank my parents, family, and friends for helping me make it to the end of this journey, as well as the teachers who taught me more than just how to be a good student. Each of you has played a tremendous role in why I am standing here today. I encourage everyone graduating today to ask themselves one question: who do you thank? It's important to show gratitude and appreciation towards those who have remained by your side. I know it's considered cliche to include any quote in a speech, but I'm going to do it anyway because I like this one. Bob Dylan once said, "Yesterday is just a memory. Tomorrow is never what it's supposed to be." We always think about tomorrow. Tomorrow, I'll finish that assignment. Tomorrow, I'll be more productive. Tomorrow, I will be able to say goodbye. None of us knew that some random Thursday in the middle of March would mark the end of our senior year. We were cheated of our tomorrows, and we were robbed of today. Ironically enough, this presents a unique opportunity for our class to reflect upon the certainty of tomorrow. Tomorrow, a day we always took for granted. We have the chance to understand that tomorrow is not guaranteed, so now we understand the importance of seizing our tomorrow today. Next time you put off that thing that will get you closer to your goals, the thing you are going to do tomorrow, remember, today is your tomorrow. Make that decision. Tell someone you love them. Embrace that risk, because remember, Owen J. Roberts, class of 2020, tomorrow is today.
It is my pleasure to introduce our next speaker, Dr. Susan Lloyd, Superintendent of Schools.
Hello, Owen J. Roberts community, and congratulations to the class of 2020. I sincerely hope that you and your family are staying safe and healthy during this quest to overcome a new rival. Rounding out your time as high school students, I'm sure this isn't what you had in mind. You may have felt cheated, or at least melancholy, with the way we have had to stage your senior year and your graduation. Hopefully, though, you were able to spot the opportunities that existed to learn and grow in this unusual circumstance right up to the very end of your time here at OJR. 2020 has been defined by online classes, increased time and space between you and your friends, and preparing to start your post-high school life without the certainty of what tomorrow may hold for you. You may have asked yourself, how can we possibly learn and grow when even shopping for groceries presents a risk? Consider that in addition to your regular schedule of senior classes this year, you were plunged into a curriculum that required you to become experts in change and flexibility, self-sufficiency, and adaptation. Along with studies in literature and composition, you witnessed how sympathy, empathy, generosity, and gratitude moved us to both tears and laughter. In the absence of gym class and extracurricular sports, you exercised tenacity and grit in order to achieve new goals. In team sports, you learn that we're better together. Sports, in the age of social distancing, taught us how to be better together, apart. Music, theater, and art classes evolved organically in the absence of on-site education, challenging you to make creative use of time, space, and energy, all of which, historically, existed in the domains of math, science, and engineering. We are all learning a lot about human psychology and sociology. Simple actions like wearing face masks in public places and maintaining a safe distance between us are actually bringing the global community together with a common purpose. Grand sweeping changes that usually take generations to spread across the globe are now happening overnight, prompting us to recognize that both unity and diversity have merit in our universal new norm. I recently heard someone say, "We're not all in the same boat, but we're all weathering the same storm." Graduates who will be studying business and industry, information technology, carpentry, agriculture, and mechanics are all entering a world in need of a stronger, safer, and more intuitive boat in order to survive new kinds of storms. During these past months, you have become walking, talking examples of the Marine Corps concept of improvise, adapt, and overcome. You are well trained to not only meet challenges, but also to accept new ones. Graduating in 2020, then, is not an example of education interrupted. It is an example of education enriched. You will be the generation that takes on the world's challenges from a new and unique perspective. If you embrace that, you will lead us into a future of tomorrows that becomes more certain because of your bold adaptability. OJR Class of 2020, for what you've accomplished during this intriguing year of enriched education, we are so proud of you, and we rest assured that now it is your time to teach us. Congratulations.
It is my pleasure to introduce Mr. Carl Miner, President of the Owen J. Roberts Board of School Directors.
Hello, I'm Carl Miner, President of the Owen J. Roberts School Board, and on behalf of all of the school board directors, I extend our congratulations on your successful graduation from OJR. Now, what can I say? What I would normally have said won't work because this is not normal. You've had a vital stretch of your senior year stolen from you. My clearest window into this, if you'll forgive me being self-referential, is my own graduating senior, Lily. She won't have her one senior prom, she won't get to star in her one senior play, and she doesn't get to graduate with her friends or her family. This is the case for all of you through no fault of your own. So why should an older adult have anything to tell you, particularly now, particularly when it is clear that we have failed to listen to so many of you so often? I decided that I should probably yield my time to one of you who is experiencing this reality firsthand. So I asked Lily to write a speech for me to deliver on behalf of herself and of her graduating class, all of you. I'm not a person who is often at a loss for words, but as of late, we're all at a loss for things that we care the most about, aren't we? It is okay to say so, it isn't selfish, and we have each lost a great deal. We are unified in the misplacement of what feels like a few hundred milestones. You don't miss your water till your well runs dry, and so while I have said at least 1,000 times that I cannot wait to leave high school, with my sudden separation, I've come to realize, despite my best attempts, this place is a monument in my heart. I entered this school as a child, I'm leaving it as a woman. I know that each of you graduating have your own unique and individual experiences here. We all have our own memories, friendships, lifetimes, codependent, and yet entirely unique and separate. But in spite of any difference, we have one common ground. We have walked the same hallways, stared out at the same windows, heard the same legends, just as decades of students before us have. I have heard about the great monuments in countries abroad, bragging great age, but I believe we must too be full of monuments. We make them every day, and this school, regardless of what we want it to be, will forever stand as a monument in our hearts. I know now that for every moment of anger, I found moments of grace in good friends. For every harshly graded paper, there was a new book in the library by an author who might write like me. I've had one or two of these rare teachers who lift you above the world and make everything sound profoundly worthwhile. I've laughed until I've cried. I have cried. And now I think back on all the moments when I swore these wouldn't be the best years of my life, and God, I hope they're not. but they weren't too bad either. And I hope that when we look back on these years, we don't think of missed proms, plays, and games. I hope that we first think of all those good moments we didn't know would be the last and be grateful they came at all. I hope we remember our last day of school, not for what would follow, but for the moments we'll never get again. I hope we think of those last dances, last games, and last library books, and vow to go forward with these monuments in our hearts, primed to make new ones. I hope we learn that nothing is definite, but that is not a sad thing. This is what makes every second worth living. This is why we shout our I love yous. This is why we are kind when no one is watching, and kind when the kids we desperately want to impress are watching too. This is why we live every moment, not minding if it will be our last, and knowing we wouldn't have an ounce of regret if it was. But there are a few truths I find myself repeating. I entered this high school at 13, I will leave it at 17, and I spent 180 days of my life in some form of school every year since I was 2 years old. And that is to say I've spent 15 years of my 17 years on earth in the safety of cinder block buildings. But now our school careers have received a premature death sentence, and I will say with the whole world as my witness, I'm scared, and that is okay. I love that I'm scared, because to be scared means I am just at the edge of something. Spend as much of your life as you can being just a little bit scared, because courage is not the absence of fear, it is the action in spite of it. But don't bend to that fear. Don't let it push you around, force you to conform, work till you're a ripe age to retire with a 2-car garage and 1,000 regrets, feel your fear, learn from it, then do it anyway. Life is too short and too unforgiving to twiddle thumbs and forget to live. Remember, you can always make money, but you can never make more time, and no amount of money in the world can buy you a backbone. If the emperor looks naked, he probably is, and it is always better to risk saying I love you too early than to regret not saying it at all. So let's all go out and be afraid, and then let's do the scary things anyway. I likely will never see many of you again, but I wish you all a long life of goosebumps, shaky knees, first and last. Thank you. Thank you, Lily. You said it better than I could, and I want to thank all of you who are graduating. On behalf of all of the older adults who have left our world so unprepared that you are all graduating virtually during a pandemic, I apologize. You don't deserve this, and I truly hope that when you go into the world, you do a better job than we have. We need you to. Thank you.
Good evening. We are virtually gathered here today to celebrate a momentous occasion, your graduation from Owen J. Roberts High School. Your hard work has culminated in this joyous moment, and I hope you all feel a sense of tremendous accomplishment. Class of 2020, as your principal, I am honored to be speaking with you today. I want to say how much I miss you and everyone at Owen J. Roberts High School. There has been a void in my life in not being able to see and interact with you on a daily basis. Yet this day, which may feel like something out of a dream, has arrived, and the recognition you deserve cannot be denied. As you are viewing from home today, surrounded by close family and friends, I encourage you not to linger on the past 3 months, but to reminisce on the incredible 13 years of school, the times in elementary school where you sat on a rug to hear a story or played on the playground. Remember the awkwardness that was middle school and your first taste of freedom. Reflect on your entire high school experience and the teachers who impacted your life and lifelong friendships you developed. Treasure those memories and always let them live in your heart. During your time at Owen J. Roberts, you worked hard to prepare yourself for a bright future, and you will go on to accomplish the goals you have set for yourselves. You may go on to practice law, run a business, be a celebrity, or run for political office. Your class is filled with extraordinary talent, and I have no doubt that your dreams will become reality. Class of 2020, treat yourself moving forward as a grand adventure. After all, our world is full of incredible sights to see and influential people who will surely amaze you and impact who you are. If I can offer you one piece of advice, let it be this: experience all the world has to offer and make a difference in it. The future is in your hands. Don't shrink from making your mark on the world when circumstances seem impossible. Instead, have faith in yourself and your abilities and what you've done to climb those mountains of the past. You've scaled unimaginable heights, and you will continue to do so. Class of 2020, you did it. Now go out there, embrace the world, change the world, and be great. Dr. Lloyd, Mr. Minor, and the members of the Board of School Directors, on behalf of the faculty and administration, I present to you the Owen J. Roberts High School Class of 2020. I also certify that they have met the requirements for graduation as set by the Owen J. Roberts Board of Education and the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Class of 2020, I have been notified by the administrators and the faculty that you have satisfactorily completed the course of study prescribed by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania and Owen J. Roberts High School, and are therefore entitled to receive a diploma certifying that you have graduated from Owen J. Roberts High School. As a representative of the Owen J. Roberts School Board, and by the authority vested in me by the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania, I proudly present your diploma in evidence of graduation.
Ariana Marie Arditi, Valedictorian and Executive Council Treasurer. Ethan Charles Burns, Salutatorian. Marlena Josephine Langdon, Salutatorian. John Michael Buckwalter, Executive Council President. Samuel Brinton Turley, Executive Council Vice President. Daniel Mark Frisk II, Executive Council Secretary. James Michael Capice Jr., Executive Council Communications. Abigail Paige Hannes, Senior Class Director. Juliana Adele Capice, Senior Class Assistant Director. Jackson Shane Keating, Senior Class Secretary. Nicholas James Hagan, Senior Class Treasurer. Lynette Jane Fogwell, Senior Class Event Coordinator. Elise Isabella Acosta. David Isaac Ajay. Christina Maria Agresta. Tia Jordan Allen. Natalie Ann Albano. Ryan Thomas Alderman. Dean Al-Kazmi. Clara Beth Allam. Trevor Neil Amon. Molly Joanne Ambrosio. Elizabeth Jaiwe Amstutz. Griffin Chatham Anderson. Christian David Angelilli. Ryan Anthony Angelo. Nathaniel Neil Armstrong. Rachel Elizabeth Arp. Juan Carlos Avila. Jeremiah Baker. Oscar Aurelian Balan. Jeevan Bandy. Erin Michelle Baraji. Dylan Andrew Bauer. Jennifer Marie Beatty. Tiffany Lynn Becker. Ashley Charlene Beidel. Daniel Benjamin Benasuti. Conrad Scott Benford. Robert James Bernatus Jr. Travis Luke Berry. Leah Grace Bickle. Paige Catherine Bedronsky. Charles William Blackledge III. Garrett Madden Bland. Austin Chandler Bowman. Anna Catherine Bochansky. Angelina Josephine Betcher. Sophia Faith Bono. Connor James Booth. Seth John Bradley. Delaney Garrett Brandon. Madeline Marie Braun. Emily Ann Brockner. Christian James Broft. Emily Ann Broft. Aaron Christopher Brooks. Matthew Brian Joseph Brown. Aiden Ryan Budd. Benjamin Andrew Bullich. Winona Nicole Burley Desir. Jeffrey Randall Burnett, Jr. Ethan Edward Bernheimer. Rory Ann Cahill. Sarah K. Cahoe. Jasmine Mitrang Cairns. Connor Francis Camp. Riley Page Canan. Connor Julian Cornelia. Samantha Nicole Carey. Haley Corinne Cargo. Jude Tyler Carlson. Alexis Victoria Carr. Nicholas Michael Caruso. Erica Vi Carey. Emily Maria Casey. Cooper Mason Chamberlain. Jordan Marie Chambers. Nicholas Patrick Sharon. Jenny Chen. Jimmy Chen. Nikita Tamia Chin. Marissa Marie Chinichi. Celeste Marie Cristiano. Andrew Austin Christoforu. Hannah Melly Clay. Jackson Nicholas Conti. Jillian Ray Conti. Cameron Elise Cooper. Erin Elizabeth Cooper. Augustus Buck Cornidi. Jarrett Allen Cousins. Sean Brigham Chrysler. Matthew Joseph Kushinada. Haley Alexis D'Ambrosio. Theodore Delano Damiani. Cassandra Emily Damon. Gwen Elizabeth Dasher. Shay Morgan Davies. Christian Reese Davis. Josephine Anna Carson Davis. Christian Alexander Deanna. Allison Kirby Deedy. Ashley Hannah Deegan. Samuel Alexander DeFusco. Hannah Alexandrine Delahaye. Francis Joseph Della Pena. Thomas Benjamin Dempsey III. Nicholas Dominic DiNardo. Ava Rose DeStefano. Caitlin Corinne Dewey. Samuel Allen Deal. Alyssa Faith DeLulo. Sean Thomas Dinan. Braden Thomas DeLuey. Alyssa Elizabeth DeBrishkin. Maximilian James Donahue. Cassidy Page Dracup. John Patrick Duffy. Jacob Daniel Dunleavy. Ryan Joseph Dusky. Lucas Harry Etchickson. Tegan Elizabeth Edelman. Elizabeth Faith Elsmore. Devin Taylor Engel. Catherine Estella Erb. Keith Thomas Esterly. Sierra Latrice Everett. Leonie Falk. Brandon Edmund Farco. Jane Bell Farnham. Andrew James Fatula. Molly Elizabeth Feedick. Claire Lagunilia Feltenberger. Vincent DePaul Fennell III. Gabriel Lawrence Ferreira. Sophia Aurora Farisi. Tyler Rumble Fish. Blaze Robert John Fisher. Nathan Gary Fisher. Anthony Hunter Flamino IV. Trinity Aurora Flores. Anastasia Marie Fokin. David Charles Forrest. Trent Addison Elijah Francesco. Delaney Grace Frederick. Gavin Lewis Frederick. McKinley May Mayfield Freeze. Madeline Rose Friel. Jessica Felicity Gatterbush. Jacob Robert Gallagher. Nathan John Gallo. Umber Gautam. Ethan Tyler Golick. Jackson Dennis Gelting. Katie Elaine Gerber. Grace Noel Gurman. Vincent Gerard Giorgio. Grace Wells Gerard. Ryan Wolfgang Glass. Chloe Marie Golis. McKenna Emily Goldstein. Victoria Ann Grace. Brooke Ann Greenewald. Noah Zachary Greenspan. Logan John Gregory. Cole Douglas Grosser. Uday Kiran Goody Pudi. Veronica Ray Guerra. Michaela May Guerrero. Melissa Rose Hahn. Sierra Muir Hales. Travis Alexander Haldeman. Mackenzie Elizabeth Hale. James Douglas Hallman. Grace Elizabeth Halsey. Alexander Eric Hanna. Jonathan Todd Hadavig. Riley Elizabeth Hannes. Allison Louise Hawk. Matilda Mary Heckler. Sierra Hegarty. Skylar Sharon Hegarty. Joshua Zane Heimbach. Carly Marie Hines. Anthony Joseph Hirsch. Madison Bridget Hill. Madeline Jean Hawker. Corinne Annalise Hoffman. Matthew Eric Oliva. Nikolai Damian Hooks. William Charles Herlock V. Jordan Catherine Lee Irvin. Hannah Elizabeth Jahusky. Joshua Noah Jackson. Jessica Lee Janda. Kaden Marie Jarvis. Jackson Edward Jenkins. Lindsay Jane Jennings. Justin Arnold Jorgensen. Mantarini Kanharat. Andrew Jacob Keffer. Timothy Bachman Keller.
Delaney Rachel Kenny. Brianna Camille Curley. Ryan Daniel Kilcullen. Michael Patrick Kilgallen III. Jenna Nicole Kirby. Emma Ireland Kircher. Noah David Kirkbride. Kennedy Grace Kohler. Hannah Faith Kopek. Madeline Wynn Corey. Liam Richard Kowalski. Samuel Henry Cool. Anna Catherine Kupsaw. Olivia Kathleen Lafferty. Zachary Joseph Lalou. Julia Elizabeth Lamb. Emily Grace Lane. Mario Joseph LaPlante. Courtney Amber Lasky. Olivia Marie Leclerc. Nicholas Ryan Lehman. Lillian Rain Layton. Connor Wayne Leister. David Anthony Lignor Jr. Alexis Jordan Little. Haley Susan Livingston. Christopher Michael Lombardi. Maxwell Sinclair Lewis. Chloe Grace Marie Lupo. Charlie Lucretia Lustig. Peter Joseph Lynch II. Carson Greg Mackey. Lane Magnus. Aiden Christopher Mancini. Ryan David Manival. Joseph Michael Manilli. Genevieve Elaine Martigneau. Krista Nicole Marino. Lauren Amanda Markle. Sophie Alexandra Marks. Alyssa Mary Marsh. Allison Marie Maupe. Maddie Mae McCabe. Christina Marie McCumber. Miles Douglas McDougall. Jacqueline Lee McGee. Emily Lauren McGonigal. Megan Emily McGrath. Michael Joseph McGuigan. Faith Ann McHale. Thomas Stephen McLean. John Joseph McMonigal IV. Delaney Mae McNally. Kendall Elizabeth McNeff. Samuel Joseph Meck. Anthony James Medovich Jr. Isabella Marie Medovich. Catherine Ruth Merkley. Frank Michael McNone. Nicholas Grayson Miley. Luke Patrick Miller. Lillian Francis Minor. Isabella Virginia Mose. Maria Grace Monteleone. Joseph Hartman Montesano. Alexis Lee Moore. Brianna Cassidy Moore. Riley Grace Moran. Andrew Patrick Morrissey. Jordan Marie Mulford. Dylan Thomas Murray. Meredith Grace Mutter. Axel Daniel Navarro Gonzalez.
Calais Charisse Neal.
Travis Allen Nyman. Michaela Jane Ninnis. Jason Mark Knoll Jr. Capri Piazzi Norris. Allison Whitney Northheimer. Brett Sterling Northheimer. Paige Victoria Nowak. Haley Aaron O'Donnell. Merrick John Olson. Brian Thomas O'Malley. Melissa Ann Orr. Danielle Mary Otney. Jesus Sendon Palomo. James Christopher Parker. Logan Riley Pinella. Antonio Carlo Petroselli. Olivia May Pettyjohn. Michael John Pizzillo Jr. Jeremiah Allen Pike II. Shelby Deanna Porter. Shivani Praveen. Sydney Ellen Purcell. Connor Aiden Quinn. Haley Elizabeth Quinn. Abdur Rafe. Logan William Duncan Reese. Maddie Lynn Reinert. Ava Charlotte Resnick. Harley Teresa Resnick. Thomas Everett Reynolds Jr. Peyton Chase Ridenauer. Tristan Marie Rittenball. Veronica Margot Roach. Seth George Lloyd Robinson. Angelique Anelli Rodriguez. Cameron Casey Rogers. Haley Morgan Rowland. Michael George Roskus. Zachary Lewis Rhoda. Shane Richard Ruley. Jack Ryan Rutolo. Nidhi Manoj Rupani. Kayla Marie Ryan. Emily Mansfield Sabatino. Reed William Sands. Franco Satiro. Samuel Young Sue Savage. Jack Anthony Savant. Ryan Joseph Saka. Kurt Francis Sayers. Colton Jacob Schaefer. Peyton Nicole Schaefer. Emily Marie Shaw. Jack Thomas Schnell. Hera Nicole Schwenk. Ella Grace Silvaggio. Nicholas Edward Shaheen. Eric Michael Shanahan. Philip Corbin Schiffler. Zachary Thomas Shine. Gabrielle Nicole Schrader. Sarah Grace Siegley. Gina Lee Silverman. Baldomero Alexander Silva. Cole Patrick Smith. Dylan Edward Smith. Patrick Stephen Smith III. Zebulon Millard Smith. Kelly Danielle Smolik. Caitlin Sue Snively. Huvien Kali Somsam Maivong. Ian Marcel Sordilia. Joseph Louis Speakman Vigiano. Nicholas John Speakman Vigiano. Jordan Rachel Spranger. Alikia Srinivasan. Kira Jolie St. Clair. Porter McGill Stacks. Gianna Elaine Stiletti. Kyle Jacob Stordy. Ethan Eslin Stewart. Katrina Helen Subic. Stacia Alice Subic. Dimas Tadeo. Sarah Ann Tammany. Stephanie Carmen Tenau. Sincere Patrick Taylor. Jenna Ella Taman. Marissa Margaret Terwilliger. Brielle Elaine Thompson. Garrett Christopher Thompson. Catherine Ann Thorpe. Ronisha Tirumalasetti. Julie Rose Tognucci. Arissa Star Torres. Charlotte Elizabeth Townsend. Robert William Tranter. Zachary Benjamin Trimber. Lais Figueroa Valente. Maxwell James Bellino. Emma Louise Benanzi. Lily Ann Wagner. Troy Philip Wagner. Cameron James Warren. Zachary Griffin Weaver. Ava Catherine Weber. Lily Victoria Weiss. Alicia Jean Wilkerson. Samuel Robert Willis. Anya Ileana Weinmiller. Spencer Nicole Winjet. Madison Brooke Wisen. Alex Jackson Withers. Derek Robert Whitlinger. Felicia Justine Wolfer. Thomas James Wood. Anaya Simone Wright. Emily Elizabeth Wonder. Selena Maria Yeager. Adele Kimberly Zieber. Daniel James Zellner. Gavin Lee Zorn. Sean Matthew Zuby. Talia Morgan Zook.
It is my pleasure to introduce our final speaker, Class of 2020 Director, Abby Hannes.
Would the Class of 2020 please rise in the symbolic tradition signifying the completion of our graduation? Please move your tassel from the right side to the left side of your commencement cap. We are now graduates of Owen J. Roberts.
Thank you for viewing the 65th Annual Commencement, and congratulations to the Owen J. Roberts High School Class of 2020.